Programming Part 1. Section 2.6, if statements. So if statements are going to be able to control the flow. So if a condition is true, do this. So here we have an example of, we're just going to kind of trace this code. So we have x is set equal to 5. If x is less than or equal to 0, so like is 5 less than or equal to 0? Okay, so what you're going to have here is inside of this, you're going to have a Boolean condition. And what that means is the stuff that's indented underneath it only gets executed if this condition is true. This is not true. This is false, which means we are not going to do this at all. All right, so if it's false, we ignore it. All right, so that ended that if statement. And then down here we have another if statement. If 5, okay, so is 5 greater than negative 10? Well, this time we had a true statement, so we are going to actually continue and do this next part. So this part does get executed. X is set equal to the old value of x plus 10. So x is going to equal 15. And then when this if statement's done, no matter what, this is not part of the if statement. This is going to get run always. Okay, so even if both of these if statements did not did not execute, we would still print the original x of 5. It is possible that this could have been true and this could have been true. So this one would have changed x, and then we would have continued and we would have kept going and used that new x for this part. So we have to check all of those expressions. Okay, so this is just kind of showing you how this was the block of code and it was false, so we didn't do it. This block of code, it was true, right? The condition was true, so we did do this, and then we were able to print when we were done. All right, so this is some code. Okay, pause the video, see if you can trace the code and see what's going to get printed at the end, and then play it when you're ready. For this one, we have two if statements. Okay, so we have, oh, sorry about that. We have is negative 3 less than or equal to 0. So this is true, which means we're going to do the next line. So this is saying x is equal to 2 times negative 3, x equals negative 6. When we reassign this, that means that we're no longer using the original, like this has been updated. We can't go back to this. We're using negative 6. So when we continue on with the code for this part, our x is now negative 6. So is negative 6 greater than negative 10? Negative 6 is greater than negative 10. Remember, negative numbers are like, mirror images of the positive number. So this is true, which means we're now going to use this. So now x is equal to negative 6 plus 10. So anytime you update a variable, so if you execute a line of code and the variable gets updated, you're going to continue with that updated variable. You can't go back to the old one once you've redone it. So here we're going to print 4.